Perfect. So good morning and welcome to today's session. My name is Barbara. Remember me from yesterday. I'll be the one who will be starting off the presentations today, and my colleague Peter will follow after this. The first presentation we are going to work on, or we're going to go through, is the presentation on working with a Moodle course. Yesterday, we were introduced and experienced the Moodle platform, and we were able to logging into the Moodle platform, we were able to navigate the Moodle platform. But today I want us to focus on using the Moodle platform as an instructor when you are designing your online course. I want us to look at the capabilities of the Moodle platform. What can Moodle do for you as an instructor who's teaching online? And then I also want to challenge the administrators, the system administrators in our midst. Yesterday, we had a comment from one of us that they are in the process of setting up their Moodle platform. It's also important as an administrator that you're very knowledgeable on the capabilities of Moodle, so that when you're setting it up, you put in the proper configurations that will enable the end users of the platform, who are the students and the lecturers, to be able to fully take or experience the affordances or the capabilities of the Moodle when offering courses. I could also hear very clearly that we have the issue of large classes. These are the classes that have, especially the common courses. It is also an experience that we have had, and there's a policy change in our institutions that shifted the offer or the teaching of high enrollment courses onto the Moodle platform. Why? Because the cloud is expandable in the sense that you can be able to host very large classes when you teach online. But then again, you also need to know how to be able to offer those courses online. And to be able to do that, you must be knowledgeable on the capabilities of Moodle as a platform. So in this morning presentation, we'll be focusing our attention on the capabilities of Moodle in rolling out classes, online learning, from the lecturer's perspective. I'll also be bringing in the administrators, the system administrators' perspective. Although tomorrow we will have a session where we will get deeper into the technical aspects of Moodle from the ICT people, the systems people. But also, whatever we will be discussing today will actually be able to open your eyes and deepen your understanding so that you can be able to understand the configurations and their implication on the end users. So that being said, I want us to follow the presentation from the Moodle platform. I want us to log into the Moodle so that we can systematically walk through the presentations together. Allow me 1 minute to share the screen. So what I want you to do is, I want you to log into the Moodle Dskills training platform, and I want you to go to track, go to the track 1. This is a track 1 course. So go to for you, you will go to my courses, and then I want you to open the track 1. The track 1 course, and under track 1, we will be focusing on this topic, working with a Moodle course. This is the topic that we'll be focusing on. So at this point, I would wish to give you some 5 minutes so that you can log into the platform. Once you're logged in, you can always just send me a note on WhatsApp. Just say that I'm logged in. And when logged in, I want you to focus your attention on this topic, this second tab, which is working with the Moodle course. So the presentation I will be making is the first one. This is the presentation, so you can open it up on your computer as soon as you get to. So I have packaged it using an application called SCORM. So we are also going to be experiencing these best practices. So SCORM, it's SCORM. Is a package, is a way of packaging content for learning management systems. So what we are going to be going through is content that is packaged using what we call SCORM. It's a very good, it's a standard that has been developed for interoperability of content across different learning management systems. So Moodle is just one of the many learning management systems. There are so many others. So as I'm making this presentation, I'm waiting for you guys to log in. We have what we call Sakai, we have Blackboard, we have Canvas. So there's so many types of learning management system. But Moodle is one of the most popular learning management system because it is what you call open source. Open source, so it means it's free to use. You don't need to pay for it to deploy it. You can just download it from if you're a ICT technician, the ICT directors, you can simply download it and install it on your servers and configure it and roll it out for usage. So it is an open source. The others, such as Blackboard, are proprietary. It means they have costs that are attached to using them. They usually have costs that are attached to using them. So as an institution, remember our discussion yesterday on self-assessment. During the self-assessment, those are some of the decisions you make. Are we going open source or are we going proprietary? Then which are the proprietary solutions? What are the costs? What are the open source solutions? What are the infrastructure requirements? So all these are questions that we answer during our needs self-assessment as we are looking to set up a digital learning or digital learning departments or e-learning departments or what other people refer to as ODEN. So are we logged in? You can confirm on the WhatsApp. I'll just be checking the WhatsApp. Please confirm. Yeah, you can just type, once you've logged in, you can just type yes, I'm logged in on the WhatsApp so that I can be able to know how many of us are logged in. And once you're logged in, I want you to click on, we are on the track 1 training. And the track 1 training, we are on the topic 2, which is working with a Moodle course. And once you click on that tab to open the contents, we should be able to open the first content, which is the presentation, which is packaged as a SCORM. Click on it and then click enter. Should be able to load your presentation as it is on my screen right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Makur Johnson. Thank you, Dr. Bruno. Confirm that you're logged in. Okay. Yes, you can go ahead. I can hear you. Or the internet is a bit slow. It's okay. It's okay. I'll wait. I'll pause. Okay, so as I wait for the confirmation, I can just begin to make the presentation while it is loading. Now, let's look at, so we are exploring Moodle as a learning management system. And in this presentation, we'll be looking at Moodle from an instructor's perspective, where we are looking at how instructors or lecturers, what are the capabilities of Moodle? Sorry?
Yes, that one has good. That's come.
Has come. Okay, so you can proceed to log in while I am making the presentation. We can do the two systems synchronously. Just a minute. Okay, so Okay, so thank you. Let's refer. So I can proceed with the presentation while you are logging in. So in this presentation, we'll focus our attention on Moodle uh, from the perspective of the lecturers or the instructors or the trainers. So what is Moodle? So Moodle is a learning management system, and it's an open source learning management system. And Moodle stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. So notice that it is modular object-oriented dynamic learning environment. I want to focus on dynamic. Why do we refer to it as dynamic? Dynamic is something that is very versatile. It's something that you can actually apply it in very many ways. So Moodle is very dynamic, and we're going to see this very clear on our presentation. It is very dynamic in the sense that you can apply or you can implement different teaching approaches using Moodle. That's what we mean when we talk about it being dynamic. From the teacher's perspective, it is dynamic because you can apply different teaching approaches. So just as I mentioned from the comments you made, some of us indicated we have large classes, the common courses. Moodle has the capability to manage such kind of classes for you and be able to deliver quality courses, or you can be able to implement quality courses and facilitate learning in a quality manner using Moodle. It's very dynamic. Moodle is very dynamic because it allows you to be able to create collaborative learning. It has so many tools that you are able to create a collaborative learning environment where you're able to interact with students. Students are able to interact with each other, and they're able to interact with materials that you have posted. Moodle is also very dynamic because it allows you to share your learning materials in different formats. So you can share a video on your course. You can have an interactive lesson, and we're going to see how this is implemented in our training tomorrow. We'll be looking at how you can implement an interactive lesson using Moodle. So it is very dynamic in its application, in the way that it enables us to implement very interactive learning. Then it is modular. Modular means that it is expandable. It's modular. Moodle has what we call plug-ins. So plug-in, I'll just type it on the WhatsApp so that you can get the spelling right. Plug-ins are additional features that can be added onto a Moodle and site. So they're called plug-ins. And whenever we are doing, or whenever we are consulting for an institution to support them in setting up their learning management system, during the needs analysis or needs assessment, we take that opportunity to look at the needs of the institution. And the needs then enable us to implement a platform with the required capabilities. So some of those capabilities that you can add onto Moodle are known as plug-ins. These are additional capabilities that you can easily install on your Moodle so that Moodle can have those additional functionalities. I'll give you an example. Currently, we have what we call artificial intelligence. And yesterday, Peter took us through how we can use ChatGPT for many or different ways of when you're developing your course or designing your course. Moodle has the ability to integrate ChatGPT as a plugin into it. And I'll share with you a short video on WhatsApp which demonstrates this plugin that can be used to use Moodle to generate quiz questions for you using ChatGPT API through a plugin. So Moodle is very modular in the sense that you can add components to it. So Moodle as a learning management system is a very rich platform if you intend to roll out e-learning or digital learning. So it's a very rich platform that you can actually use to achieve that. So what are the features of Moodle? So Moodle can enable you to teach, learn, and manage your online courses. So these features allow for a streamlining of your digital learning activities within your institution. Then because of the nature of e-learning is very flexible and it allows various teaching approaches that you may want to implement. And that's why I concur with one of us who indicated that one of the gaps they identified in the institution was that the lecturers need to be trained. So what does the lecturer training achieve? The lecturer training achieves that it enables you to build capacity of your lecturers on the various teaching approaches or methods that you can use using digital learning tools such as Moodle. And then it gives that ability of flexibility in the way that you deliver your classes. For example, you can have synchronous sessions like we're having, and you can have asynchronous sessions, whereby you post activities on the Moodle course and then allow students to be able to attempt those activities at their own time and pace. So Moodle allows you to be able to achieve flexibility in the way that you deliver your courses. We have heard of institutions that are what we call triple mode institutions. So they have the face-to-face, they have the blended, and they have the full e-learning. In one of the opening remarks by our guest from IUCA indicated concerning full e-learning, whereby students are able to take up university programs from a distance. So they are in a different country and they're taking up programs in your institution. How is this possible? It is through digital learning. And Moodle allows this to be, has the features that allow for this. So what does flexibility mean for your institution? So when you're setting up your digital learning, you'll be able to define what flexibility means for your institution. You may want to offer full e-learning courses, and Moodle can achieve this for you. You may want to offer blended learning. You may want to offer flipped classrooms. So this is whereby some of learning activities are done in class and some learning activities are done online. That is what we call flipped, and it is very flexible. You may want to offer a platform for interaction where lecturers are able to moderate, facilitate this. Moodle allows for that. So Moodle allows for flexible approaches of delivering learning. Then another thing about Moodle is that Moodle has features for what we call engagement and collaboration. Unlike the old distance learning model where people would actually be posted for books for them to read and then come on campus and maybe participate in some small sessions of learning and then do the exams, Moodle allows for engagement and collaboration even when learners are at a distance, because it has tools such as discussion forums. It has tools such as within it, you can embed synchronous tools for interaction. You can have Zoom in Moodle. You can have Big Blue Button, which is a synchronous tool in Moodle. So Moodle allows for engagement and collaboration. So there are those tools that allow learners to interact. So that is an important feature of Moodle. Now, Moodle also allows for interactive activities. So you can actually be able to develop interactive activities where students in the course, they are interacting actively with the activities. During the presentation yesterday, Peter shared with us what we call the pyramid of learning. And in the pyramid of learning, it shows us the retention rates based on teaching methods. Sorry, Dennis? Duke, can you hear me? Please confirm that you can hear me. I can hear some background noise. Sorry?
We are not matching because you are ahead and here we are having issues with the network.
Oh, you're having issues with network. Okay, so let me pause. But can you get my audio clearly? Are you able to get my audio clearly? Hello? Please confirm that my audio is clear. Okay, so is my audio clear? Okay, so I can proceed. Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Bruno. So I was talking about engagement and collaboration. So Moodle as a platform is very rich in case you intend to achieve engagement and collaboration. So tomorrow we'll be looking at a tool called the H5P. So it's a tool you can actually use to develop interactivity within your course. From Peter's presentation yesterday, we noted that from the pyramid of learning, the retention rates differ depending on the approach or the learning activity that you design in your course. And from it, we noted that active learning activities, which encourage engagement and collaboration, tend to have higher retention rates of up to 70% and over. So within Moodle, it's very possible to achieve this interactivity. How can you do that? We have tools such as discussion forum. So a discussion forum allows for interactivity. We have the assignment tool, which allows you to be able to implement group assignments. Where students are able to collaborate and engage with each other in building or working on a given assignment. And just as I've mentioned the tool H5P, and I'm just going to post it on the chat, H5P. So the H5P is a tool which is embedded in Moodle that allows you to make your reading activities interactive. So you can have a PowerPoint presentation through the H5P, and inside the H5P, you will include some quizzes, some prompts, so that the student is not just passively reading, but also actively participating or actively engaged in doing something as they are reading the resources. So engagement and collaboration are very critical for a quality online course. And this is possible to achieve using Moodle. So here there's a question I'm asking. Are your online courses designed for interactivity? Post-COVID-19, we realized that a number of lecturers were just posting PDF notes and PowerPoint presentations on their courses. But now we are challenging the lecturers to go beyond just attaching notes on the Moodle courses to designing online activities which are interactive. Let me move to the next capability. So let me look at what we call customization of learning or personalizing the learning experience. We are aware that we have different types of learners. We have kinesthetic learners who learn best by doing. They learn best when they are doing something. We have auditory learners who learn best when they are listening. We have learners who are read-write learners. So for them, whenever they read something, it tends to cement their understanding. So we have different types of learners. So how can Moodle help us to achieve that customization of learning? And customization, actually, we can look at it from two perspectives: personalized learning and adaptive learning. So personalizing the learning is presenting the materials in a manner that is convenient to the learner. But adaptive means you change even the learning paths so that the learner is able to learn at the pace which they are able to understand, number one. And number two, the sequence of the way materials are presented to the learner is such that the learner is able to get one material, then move to the next systematically, depending on how they performed in the previous activity. So you can actually determine the different learning paths for learners in Moodle. This is very possible. And one of the skills that we train our instructors at an advanced course, maybe on top of this, we train instructors on customizing the learning journey as you're designing your online course, which is very, very important. Then this can also, it can be institutionalized in your policy so that you have certain policy statements that guide the course design to cater for customization of the learning. So elements of personalized learning include the pace of the learning, the instructional approach, how you deliver the course. So you may deliver some part of the course synchronously, some you may give them a video to watch, a demonstration to actually look at, you may give them some group work. So which instructional approach suits your learners best? So it's important to know your learners. Then when you are designing your online course, you're able to design that online course to customize to their learning needs, and also use the tools in Moodle that can actually enable you achieve that. And then the way you also design the lessons and the activities, and also how you draw upon the students' experiences and interests in the online course. It's very, very important. And that falls in how you design the course and also how you facilitate the course. And all these capabilities are in Moodle. So the tools that allow you as an instructor to achieve that are within Moodle. This should be my second last slide. So as an institution, you need to have a very clear path for managing and setting up courses on your system, on your Moodle platform. So you must have creating the new course format and layout. You need to have a very clear course format and layout so that there's uniformity in how courses are uploaded on your platform. You should have a very systematic approach in adding content. And here we train lecturers on how to actually systematically upload content within the platform, how to set up assignments and assessments on the Moodle platform. It's a very important skill. So here, instructors are taught how to set up assessments. And the assessments differ depending on the class size. So for example, for those common courses, you will find that using Moodle quizzes would be very, very convenient. Why? Because Moodle quizzes are automatically marked by the system. So if you have a class size of 5,000, it's important that instructors are trained on how to set up the assignments on the Moodle platform. The types of assignments that cater for large class sizes. If you're having maybe a model where you're doing problem-based learning, so you may want them to systematically chunk the assignments systematically as they are solving the problem, and then submit the final submission on the Moodle platform for you to grade. Now, even on assessments and assignments, Moodle is very rich because it allows you to enable your participants or your students to submit different file formats. So if I'm teaching language and I may want students to record themselves and attach a recording of themselves reading out an excerpt. So Moodle allows you to even allows students to attach audio submissions. So yesterday I was keen to, when one of us told us that they're teaching the media course, and I believe in the media course, there's a lot, maybe a topic on different types of medias and multimedia. So you're training them on how to create different medias. So using the Moodle assignment, you can actually allow students to submit videos, to submit audios, to submit even HTML files, if you're teaching programming, CSS files. So even you can restrict the submission by even the programming language that you're teaching them. So you can filter the file type for them to submit. So Moodle assignments are very rich. So it's important that you set up the assignments very well to meet a certain pedagogical goal that you intend to achieve through your course design. Then you need to have very clear ways of launching the course. Here you need to orient the students onto the course, add the students into the course, which is enrolling them, and then facilitating them through the course. On Friday, we'll be looking at how do you facilitate an online course? How do you teach an online course? So that's part of what we'll be training on Friday. Okay, so I'll move to the Moodle is also very rich in tracking learning. You want to track the students as they're systematically learning and the generating of reports. So you have the assessment options. So the different assessment options that are available, teacher marked, computer marked, and peer marked. The Moodle is very rich. It allows for peer grading, very possible. So if you want students to grade each other's work as a way of improving on collaboration in the course, it's possible. And then as you're doing that, it is able to track the progress, what we call completion tracking. As a registrar, you may want to know about the percentage of class attendance. And how do you achieve this when it comes to online courses? Some policies say 70% class attendance, 80%. How to achieve this with Moodle? So Moodle has the capability of progression tracking or completion tracking, and it gives you what we call learning analytics. So you're able to see which student attempted which activity. So it's a very rich tool when it comes to learning analytics, progress tracking, and also generating what we call the gradebook report, which is a report showing the scores across the graded items in the course. So Moodle is a very rich tool in that end. And this is my final slide, which is to say thank you. So that presentation was just to get us to understand the capability of Moodle as a platform when it comes to course design and delivery. Of course, we will continue to explore Moodle. But what I want you to do right now, we have created a sequence of videos. So if you are on the track 1 training space, are we all there? I want you are we all there? So I want you to look at, there are some reading resources that we have attached for you to read and some videos. So the first one is on Moodle course layout and settings. So here we are exploring the different types of settings that you can actually put up on your Moodle course that determine how the course behaves. So remember we said that Moodle is very versatile, it's very dynamic. So you can actually play around with the course settings so that it presents the way you'd like it to present. Then we have what we call Moodle resources. So Moodle resources are the tools that are within Moodle, a Moodle course that allow you to share learning materials to the students. And we have different types of resources. So inside this resource, you'll be able to explore the different types of Moodle resources. We have even put for you some videos, short videos you can watch that explain to you the different types of what we call Moodle resources. So resources allow you to be able to present reading materials to the students. Okay, yes, so I wait there, okay. Sorry, if someone is talking, please take the mic so that I can hear you. Okay, go ahead. I can't quite hear you. Please do speak up. Okay. So this is just, I'm scrolling through this to demonstrate to you the different types of Moodle resources, which you will read through these resources and watch the videos that have been provided. So these videos are going to show you how to use the different types of resources in Moodle. So this is the resources in a Moodle course are tools you can use to present the learning materials to the students. Then you'll also be given, you've been given a reading resource on how to effectively use Moodle resources in learning activities. Remember, you'll be designing your course with learning activities. This can be discussions, it can be some group work, and you may need to know how to use the different types of Moodle resources when it comes to achieving this. And by the way, these resources will be available for you even beyond this week. So we encourage you to take time even beyond these 5 days to keep reading through them. And we will be available with Peter on WhatsApp. Whenever you have a question, just post it there. At least we can agree the duration. It can't be forever, but we can extend it by about a week or two as you keep interacting with the materials and trying them out so that you can practice. Then you share your challenges, your experiences, and your outputs for us to keep supporting you. And maybe I can point out and say that if you also need a Moodle course set up for you to practice, we can also do that for you on this platform. So we can set up for you, and I believe we can do that for all of you. We'll set up for you a demonstration site where you can watch these videos that we have provided. Then you go to the course and practice what you have been able to watch on the videos, and you can give us feedback on your WhatsApp, what you experienced, your output. You can even share a screenshot of your output. And yes, so you can actually practice the use of some of these tools. So that is the resource, the second resource, which is Moodle resources. The second resource which we will look at is what we call Moodle activities. So Moodle activities are the interactive activities. So these are tools that allow you to achieve interactivity in the Moodle course. So we have given in this section of the course, which is indicating Moodle activities, we have created videos of different types of activities in Moodle. So the discussion forum, the chat, the assignment, the wiki, the quiz, and many others, feedback and all of that. So these are just some Moodle activities which you can use when implementing interactive learning activities on a course. Remember, we've said the Moodle has the capability to achieve interactive learning. And how do you achieve this? We use the Moodle activities. So these are tools that have been designed within Moodle to allow us to achieve interactivity. So within these videos, you can go through them. We have created videos. So you simply click on the tabs on the left and you should be able to access the videos. You can watch the video. They're very short videos, and then go to your Moodle course and practice it. So after this session, we will create a Moodle course for each one of you, and I'll post it on the, so what you can do on the WhatsApp, just send me the name of your course, and I'll be able to create for you a course for you to practice using these different Moodle activities and resources. Okay, then the last resource in this part is developing interactive content using H5P. So here we will expose you to some reading and video on the use of H5P in creating interactive learning. Remember, we said that interactive learning is very important because it increases the retention rates. It improves on the retention rates. So in the final resource, we'll look at how to develop interactive content using H5P. So that is it about this course on working with a Moodle course. At this point, I would like to take questions so that I can respond to them. So you can go ahead and ask questions. So Peter has posted on our WhatsApp requesting that those who'd like to have some practice space, we can create that for you to practice some of the activities or some of the tasks. Yes, I can see a question by Dr. Bruno. Yes, there is. So we are going to put a template. We're going to share the template with you. And then we're also going to put the template, put up the course with a template, which you can easily put up your materials along the template for uniformity. Any other question? And maybe I can just put a poll in our group. I would like to ask, how many of us have ever worked on a Moodle course, in the sense that you have created a Moodle course? That would be interesting to know, especially if you're a lecturer. Have you ever developed a Moodle course? During COVID-19, how did you manage that? Or did you totally shut the institutions? Or did you set up Moodle or any other platform to manage online learning? That would be of interest to know. So any question? Yes, I can hear someone.
Barbara?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for the presentation. I just have a question. Of course, I'm seeing the, the module course, but when you came to the, like, writing it in full, I saw it somewhere like you're trying to describe it in full. Then this model here is having double O, and the other one, it was like single. So
Okay, let me just go back to the presentation. The MO, modular. The other the O is because of the modular, then object-oriented, dynamic learning environment. See that? Modular, object-oriented. That's why it's Moodle. Okay. So I think we can go back. There was a question before there was an internet interruption. You can go ahead with the question, please. Hello? Hmm?